Okay, now we've solved everything, the first two layers, and have the corner, the third layer across complete, and we have the third layer corners in the correct locations. Not oriented correctly, but we're in the right locations. Now the next step is we want to orient the corners in the right locations. Now the configuration I have here is actually exactly what I'm looking for. I want to have one yellow and three non-yellow. If I don't have them all yellow already, then this is the next best condition here. Anything other than one yellow and three non-yellow on top on the yellow face is the not as ideal condition, because if you have anything other than one yellow and three non-yellows on the yellow face here, then you're going to have to do at least two sets of this same algorithm. They're basically mirrored algorithms. They're exactly identical. It's just, well, you'll either do one. Basically, you only move the right face or the top face, or you move the left, or you'll move the left face and the top face, whichever the case may be. And it's only those two, and it's always and the top face always moves the same direction, regardless of which way it is. So what I'm looking for here, though, I also need to be able to show you there's different configurations. Now there are some shortcuts where once you know how the non one yellow and when it's not like this where you have maybe you have all four different colors, or maybe you have two yellow and two non-yellow, or something along that line, or anything along that line. There's always a way you can do it in just two sets of this same exact algorithm, or one algorithm, and then its mirror version, whichever. But I'm not going to teach you that part. It's a little more extensive, and understanding which configuration you're looking for. I think just learning the algorithm is sufficient for as this video is concerned, and then you can use websites to look for if you see this condition, do this algorithm. So I'll just cover. Now this one, this is what I want, but I need to show you at least one version of what I don't want. So I'm gonna do it the wrong way. Okay, so normally I would have it where I have the corner that I already have in the right spot. Whatever side is whichever side has yellow on it. So here's my corner that I'm working with. I see yellow on the same face here. Okay, I don't see yellow on that face though. So that means this is the one I want to start with. So I would rotate the cube around like that. So my first move is going to be with this guy here. But I said that's what I'm going to ultimately get to, but I'm gonna intentionally do something wrong here, so I have you a different configuration I can show you, because I'm gonna end up back in this configuration in the anyway after I'm done, because you're not. This makes things too easy. But the process here now, I'm gonna do the mirrored version of what I'm supposed to do here. Normally, this is the one I want to start with, but because I'm trying to intentionally create a bad condition, I'm gonna go the opposite way. And this is the exact same algorithm you're going to do to get them set up correctly, if it's not already right. Okay, so the left face, I'm going to rotate clockwise, rotate clockwise. So basically, I'm bringing this corner toward me, and then I'm going to rotate the top clockwise, and then the same corner is going to come back this way. Or no, I mean actually come back down, move back down. So alternate the left face. I'm going to rotate alternate. One time it'll be clockwise, the next time it'll be counterclockwise, and then so on and so on. There's like 4 times I'll end up moving it. So I'm back down, and now I'm going to rotate the the top face clockwise again. Always moves the same direction. Now I'm going to rotate this back up clockwise, and then rotate the top face twice. So now I have all white right here. And then come back down. And now I still have a cross. I still have everything else solved just right. But now at least I have something else, a different look I can show you. So see, I have all my yellow corners are on the sides instead of on top. It doesn't make any bit of difference if if they're on the right face or not. It's as long as the corners are all oriented the correct way in relation to each other. That's all that matters. So at this point in time, I could care less which face is. It doesn't matter what these other two layers are looking like. I don't need to match anything up at that at all. As long as these corners are all still oriented correctly, which it should be, if you did that step correctly. Now, let's say there's a certain way that you can orient this and do one or the other mirrored algorithm to where you only have to do it twice to solve all these corners. Now, I don't. This particular configuration, I don't specifically remember which way it needs to go, but because honestly I don't really care in a lot of cases. There are certain configurations I do memorize, and others I'm still working on. So again, if you're just a beginner, it doesn't matter. It really is not. It doesn't matter so much. But if you can do it more quickly, then great. If you know exactly how to orient it, that's great. Just work on memorizing that, and you can use other websites or videos, whatever, to help with that part. Because it takes a lot of mental practice to do that. Just remember the algorithms first, and that's all. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to work on here. All right, so I'll just give you the mirrored version of the algorithm that I just did, though. Now, as you saw, I pulled the left side toward me and then rotated the top clockwise. This time I'm going to move the right, and then when I move the right side, I'll be moving the top counterclockwise instead of clockwise. So I move like that. Okay, so I'll bring the corner here and then take it back where it was by moving the top, and then I come back down. Now I move this clockwise, counterclockwise again, and then I move this side up, and then I move twice. Because see, these are all yellow. This is yellow here. I'm going to move like that, 180 degrees, and then take this back. Now it's like that. Okay, so it just turned out I ended up having it exactly the right configuration to do it in only 2 algorithms. Because I can tell by the way I'm looking at it right now that I only need to do with this same algorithm one more time to complete all the yellow corners. Now the yellow edges are done, but when I get done here, they will probably not be correct. They might have switched places, but if that's the case, I'm not worried about it because that's the last step of solving the cube. Okay, next, here's my yellow that's up. I'm looking for yellow on an adjacent face looking for yellow on either adjacent face. Okay, this is adjacent face. That's an adjacent face. I don't see yellow over on this side. It's over here. So this is the side I'm going to start with. That's where my first move is going to come from. So if I move the cube so my corner that already has yellow up and the other yellow is on the back of the cube like this, that's what's going to determine which algorithm I do. Because it's on the right side of the cube, I'm going to do the exact same algorithm you just saw. So I'm going to move the right face counterclockwise. Basically, I'm moving this cubey here, or this edge, this corner piece over to here. And then it's going to rotate that corner back over to here. So, there. And then rotate this corner back where it was. Double check that up. Right, yeah. Okay, move the corner piece back. Now I'm going to move this corner down into the bottom layer. And now I'm going to move this counterclockwise again. And then I'm going to bring this corner piece back up again. And now I'm going to move it twice though, so this corner's over here instead, and then now this yellow piece can go where it's supposed to go. And I have the white coming back up where it belongs, and now it's complete. Okay, so now I have all my corners where they need to be. I'm not concerned too much about the yellow. Actually they actually are oriented correctly, but you're going to find in a second here that I'm going to have one of the side faces completely done and the other 3 are not done. Sometimes you'll end up finding the cube is already solved once you're done with this part, but now I'm looking at the blue. I can see that the blue is all blue, so I'm going to line up the blue with the blue, and now I have the blue side face completely finished. My white's still done. My first 2 layers are still done. Okay, so next, I want the blue on actually on my left. It's on my right, but I'm trying to. I kind of want to look at it from your perspective. Now, Yellow's all done. Only problem is here, these edge pieces are in the wrong location. So now your next step is you got to determine which way do you need it to rotate. So your green, you have green right here, but green actually is over here. So this tells me when I do this last algorithm that when I do the top part, I need to rotate the top counterclockwise because this is counterclockwise rotation. So this is going to go to there, that's going to go to there, and that's going to go to there. So otherwise the algorithm is exactly identical. The only difference is which way you rotate the top face or the up face once you've done the first part. Okay, so condition you need to make sure you have met. Your first layer is down on the bottom. Your third layer is on top, and the side layer, the side that's already solved, make it put it on your left side like this. Okay, now. Your first step here, rotate the opposite side so that the white is on top. It's 180 degrees. Okay, now it's on top. You're going to rotate the top layer, the up layer, the same direction I just mentioned needs to be rotated a minute ago. Because you notice these the corner pieces, the edge pieces here have to be swapped in a counterclockwise rotation. So that tells you that when you come up here, then the up face needs to be rotated counterclockwise as well. So I'm going to rotate like that. Okay, now I have the white and yellow facing sideways instead of in line with the way I had it. Next step, I'm going to move the white and the opposite yellow over here to the side that's not solved. Okay, so the front, basically the front face and the back face, I'm going to rotate them so these white and yellows are over here on the side that are opposite the blue side, because the blue, the blue face, remember, was the one that was complete. I'm going to move them over into the green face. Once I've done that, I just need to rotate these 180 degrees, because all I'm really doing is having them swap positions. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to rotate 180 degrees, having them swap positions. Now that they're swapped, I'm going to move them back where they were. Back up, so now white is on the front face instead of the back face. Once that's done, now there's two more moves here. Okay, remember the top face I moved counterclockwise, or the up face I moved counterclockwise the first time. It's going to move counterclockwise again. So remember that. If you need to swap these pieces counterclockwise, you always move the up face counterclockwise. If they need to rotate in a clockwise rotation, then you just rotate the up face clockwise. That is the only difference at all in how this is done. As far as there's two algorithms. That's it, and it's all just dependent on which way to rotate it. And that's it. Okay, next I'm going to rotate counterclockwise because that's the way I had to rotate them. And now I can just rotate my white back to the bottom. And as you'll see, actually this cube is completely solved now. Got white, yellow's done. Red, blue, orange, and green. So the cube is completely solved at this point in time. So, and that's all there is to it. It's you see, you just follow the step-by-step process. It's just like when I play piano or something. If I'm trying to learn a difficult piece of sheet music, I'm not going to try to memorize the whole damn thing right off the bat. I'm going to just try to do maybe one line or two lines, whatever, and then maybe even work with just my right hand on one first. Memorize with the right hand and then memorize with the left hand, and then bring the right and left hand together if I'm playing a piano. Same thing on this. I'm just trying to do one step at a time. Just work one step and then once that step's done, move on to the next step. You'll progressively get the muscle memory and the visual of what you're trying to do. It was just keep practicing. That's all it takes. All right. Hope you got a lot of good information out of this one. I have a 7x7 cube here on me. I don't have a 5x5. I want to teach the 5x5 cube first, because the 7x7 basically adds on top of the 7x7. But we'll work on I think I'll probably get my 5x5 cube from wherever I have it. So I think it's at home, or well, actually my wife just bought one, another one for me. I'll get my 5x5, and then I'll teach you the 5x5 on the next time I go over solving Rubik's cubes. And then after that, I'll move to my 7x7. All right. All right, I hope you enjoyed watching all these, and hope you got some got some very informative information here. Hope you were able to follow these steps and actually get your own cube solved. And yeah, once you're done with that, just keep practice, practice, practice. All right. All right. Appreciate any comments or inputs, whatever. If you have any questions on something you need help with, let me know, and I can clarify on something, or maybe cover something that I maybe neglected to cover here, forgot or something. All right, that's all. Thanks for watching.